It won award in 2020 for being a manga.
It just says just being a manga award.
Mark Crump and Weebs, my name is Cole. His name is Mike. His name is Jay. We like anime.
Got him.
And this is episode 95 of the Anime Protagonist podcast. And the best way to start an episode is with a copyright strike. This week's episode, we're going to do our 2023 fall draft. That means I have the results of last season's drafts. Whoop, whoop. And I've been hinting to the boys the results will surprise you. But before we get into any of that, I have been partaking in a wonderful rewatch of my favorite film series of all time, boys. Any guesses what that would be?
You talked about it on the pod.
The movie?
No.
You discussed you were going to do this like 2 weeks ago on the pod, so I already know the answer.
What's the answer?
Is it Star Wars or Jurassic Park?
The answer's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars.
Oh,
yes.
I knew it was one of the two.
I've watched the first three, and you know what? They hold up better now, I think. They're pretty good, to be honest.
By the first,
are you talking about the prequels?
The prequels.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to ask the same thing, Mike.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Star Wars is stupid because like there are the first three and then there are the first three, and they're both correct.
Numerically, I mean the first three.
Yes.
Like the in terms of story placement, the first three.
What's that one watch order recommendation where it's like you watch 4, 5, then you watch the prequels?
Shotgun order or whatever.
Shotgun
then
order.
you watch
no,
episode
you
6.
watch episode 4, 5, 2, 3, 6. And you know what? To be honest, like everybody already knows the spoilers and everything behind Star Wars, so just watch them sequentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I feel like if you don't know.
Then it might
if
be
you
worth
haven't
watching
heard
it.
Someone say, actually, you know what? I feel like Star Wars has kind of come out of the popular culture a little bit. I wouldn't be too shocked if like a younger kid nowadays didn't know like Luke, I am your father and stuff like that.
Well,
and then Cole grins or gets all despondent over there because that's not what he actually says.
What he says.
I don't care.
No.
He says
that's what
no.
Everybody says.
Yeah, it's a rejection. But I'm honestly curious about that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a kid, but at the same time, like they did just finish the new trilogy like not too long ago. So I mean,
yeah, but to Cole's demise as a Star Wars fan,
you will notice, gentlemen, that in my watch previews, I am not including the sequel trilogies because those do not exist. I have honestly in my life, I have never felt the disappointment I felt when watching. Honestly, 7 wasn't so bad because I thought,
7 was fine.
7 was fine, I figured, they'll try and do something different, and then 8 and 9 came out and a part of me died. And over time Cole, I've accepted that they don't exist. I have accepted that. It is not my own thing. I have accepted they don't exist.
Can you tell me, when we watched episode 8 in theaters, you sat literally to my right. You're my right-hand man for that.
Yes.
Or I was your left-hand man.
Yes.
And at the end of the movie...
No, you're missing a very important part. Okay. I had already seen the movie once. I had seen the movie once already, so this was my second viewing of it.
Yes.
And I was so excited to finish the movie and have Mike turn to me and share his thoughts with me. And he says, that was pretty good. And the rage I felt resulted in the infamous line I've said to him many times. I said, it was pretty good for the death of Star Wars.
Just so melodramatic and over the top.
Well, you know what?
But it did die to you that day.
It died to me because I figured, second rewatch, maybe it'll be good. But it didn't pick up. So it got me thinking, because I hated those movies that didn't happen. What's some media that's come out recently that you guys have been very disappointed in? That you guys have been that have hurt you?
So I got a quick one that's on topic with what you just said. I have come around to your worldview where I don't really like... You know which one actually broke me from the last 3 of Star Wars? Was actually not The Last Jedi, but it was the following film, Episode 9. I can't remember.
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I'm okay with what Rain, or whatever his name is, did for number 3 or number 2. Because, like, it took Star Wars in a different direction, which upsets, like, the classic purists like Cole.
Sure.
But to me, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a new idea. But then... Yeah. They completely backtracked on it in the next movie and then made up a bunch of stuff that doesn't really make sense. And then that ruined that trilogy.
You know what? Props to Rian Johnson for at least trying something. I mean, he went a little too far with like trying to subvert everybody's expectations, and it's like time and place. But then episode 9, it was just like...
It was just damage control.
Hold on. Did anyone know what they were doing when they started this trilogy?
Yeah.
Because all, like, the 2 movies that came after 7 just tried to, like, undo the movie that came before them.
Well, I mean, there was someone that was working on episode 9 before J.J. Abrams took over.
Trevorrow.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his first name is.
And he released a script... or his script for episode 9, and like it's not great, but like it was much better than what we got.
Yeah, no, like
I think it was called Duel of the Fates or something.
Episode 9 tried to like pander to me, and it just felt pandering.
Exactly. Like they just kind of backtracked on the people. They're like, no, don't worry. It's the Star Wars you know and love. It's all good. It's all good. Remember Palpatine?
No.
Just kept feeding Cole those member berries.
Yeah. Somehow Palpatine has returned. Shut up. That's so stupid.
Literally the first line of the opening crawl in episode 9 is "The dead speaks" something like that.
Anyway, sorry, I have a few that I could go over, but I want to give you guys space before I rave.
Well, no, rage.
Yeah, rage. That's what this is for.
You know what I've come around to decide that I don't like anymore, and I am going to rage against?
The machine?
Other than the machine.
Oh, okay.
Marvel. I'm done with Marvel, man. I don't care anymore.
I'm done with Marvel.
I think it's mostly just superheroes in general. I think I'm fatigued with.
Yeah, honestly.
Marvel ended
DC.
in Endgame. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Batman was pretty good.
The Batman was good. I think that's mostly because it was an original idea rather than like part of a cinematic universe. Like the moment that becomes part of a cinematic universe, I'm done.
Yeah. I got no time for that. Yeah, superhero.
I've never liked
movies.
DC.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Like it's just the Marvel. Once they got past Thanos, it just sort of like felt like they kind of lost their way. Like it's too confusing now. There's like multiple timelines. There's too much going on, and I can't bring myself to care about it anymore. Like,
and it's not even like just the fact that like the story's just kind of done, but like it's releasing too quickly and it's releasing everywhere. Like back in the day when like the Infinity Saga was coming out, like you just go to the theater and that was your Marvel Cinematic Universe experience. Yeah. Now it's like, go to Disney Plus, go to the theater, go here, go there, go everywhere.
Yeah, it's too much. Star Wars is doing the same thing now, where it's like if you miss a show, you're screwed.
Yeah. But the shows, from what I hear for Star Wars, from what I hear from the shows though, like the shows are actually still good quality for Star Wars.
But I feel like you shouldn't, like, it shouldn't be a prerequisite to have to watch a television show in order to understand what's going on. Like the most recent Doctor Strange movie had that issue.
I'm personally okay with it because, like, the movie, if you're not invested all the way into the franchise, like you would have watched a movie. What's the difference between paying Disney Plus the $10 a month or whatever versus paying the money to watch a movie?
Well, it's like, not the paying the money. It's the time investment. It's the having to tune in to Disney Plus every week to make sure that you watch the
binge it like a long movie. Like I don't agree with you on that one. But each their own.
People don't do that though. People.
I just looked up like what even Marvel movies came out this year, and man, I am not watched any of these.
I think Ant-Man.
The exception being Spider-Man.
Ant-Man was just bad.
But like you mean Spider-Man like Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah,
like that. That's not a Marvel movie. That's a I mean, it is a Marvel character.
It's
not what I'm talking
literally
about,
a Marvel
though.
movie, but like it's not an MCU film.
Yeah, that's what I
Like,
mean.
are you guys hyped for the Marvels or Captain America:
No.
Brave New World?
No.
Avengers:
No.
The Kang Dynasty?
No.
Right. Like, nobody cares anymore. Just save yourself a lot of money and just don't do it. Honestly, though, I think they do pretty well still
Go
overseas.
Yeah, I
watch
think
Dune
probably.
Part 2.
When does that come out? I thought they pushed it
October,
back.
I think. October, November?
Speaking of not being disappointed in something, Dune.
Dune was pretty good. Now, Jay, what were you disappointed in? Speaking of disappointments.
So, before
sorry,
we
I
get
just
to
got
that,
off the phone with my mom.
Before we get into that, I just want to say it's kind of weird because like movie theaters in general, like the movie going experience, if you look at the box office numbers, it's kind of dying.
COVID broke the movie industry.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, they kind of, once they started putting, what they did wrong was they let people like watch new movies a lot quicker on home streaming, and people were like, wait a minute,
this is
pretty good.
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
I like doing this at home and not having to go somewhere to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm a sucker for movies though, I will say that.
I'm gonna be that guy and say I know what you mean. Like, if I'm gonna watch a Marvel movie, sure, I'll watch it at home. But like watching Oppenheimer or Dune in the movie theater, like that's you need to go see movies like that in the theater.
Yeah. Whereas like when I watched Barbie, I love the Barbie movie. I would have been just as happy watching it on the home screen.
Yeah, I could watch Barbie at home.
Jay, what were you gonna say? We cut you off again.
But no. Like I think that this is exactly the conversation that I wanted to have. Was like back in the day, like every movie would be like something like an event that you'd want to go to, and now it's like you're picking and choosing. Okay, do I want to go to this one or do I want to like wait for streaming? Whereas like back in the day, it was just like, oh, I need to go see that like now.
Yeah,
it's just you gotta stay with the times, right? Like things change, things evolve.
I know, but it's just kind of sad.
Here's my stand-up routine, guys. Remember back in the day? remember when Episode 3 came out? Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Just how much hype there was surrounding it. Like, there was so many like tie-in. Promotional things,
yeah.
Our City Free Press had that like pin collection thing. Do you remember that? I had all the pins. I still do. They're somewhere. I'll find them.
They're around there.
I'll show you all one day.
I think the only thing I remember is like the Jar Jar Binks like cups that you would get at like things. Right. Jar Jar was awesome.
You know what? Jar Jar Binks is overhated. When I watched Phantom Menace, I'm like, he's okay.
Okay, question for you, Cole. Do you believe in the Darth Jar Jar theory?
Yes, it's 100% true. I'm answering for Cole.
No, I don't. Jar Jar Binks was just straight up just a clumsy buffoon who managed to buffoon his way into victory in episode 1.
Let's go this whole episode, Jay, with just like bringing up things that piss Cole off the whole way through.
Oh no, that doesn't. I find that funny. I think that there is some like legitimacy to it, but I don't think like George Lucas was like pulling a fast one on everybody.
I think maybe at some point there was a chance that Rian Johnson or whatever actually had genuinely planned to go that direction, which is crazy.
Maybe he thought about it, but no, Jar Jar was just
it'd be too big of a crate, and to bring him back too.
And people would be like furious about it too.
Just bring him back in like a book, like they did with Thrawn.
Throw it for like games and like anime and stuff. Or some disappointments. I know.
Okay, to be fair, I never
over.
said anything about like films that I was disappointed in.
Yes,
and Mike stole mine because I was going to say Marvel.
Yeah,
but
it's pretty common though. I think.
Yeah,
right now.
I think that's fatigue at this point. Yeah, everybody's.
It's been like remember 10 years, man, or 15 years.
Jay, do you remember this game that came out recently? If you look to your left of where you are on your wall, you should have a poster of it.
Have you been in Jay's room?
I have.
Really?
No, not that far. This is
not that far. This is a privilege that I have never.
On your window wall.
Just take your camera, Jay. Let's go.
Scarlet Nexus?
Scarlet Nexus. Remember Scarlet Nexus?
I do remember Scarlet Nexus.
It's a little
it's a little mid.
It's a little mid. And I remember being very excited about it.
I was really looking forward to that game.
And it had some like cool it had that like telekinesis, like throwing things around. It just never hooked me, and I feel disappointed
never really
by
clicked.
That.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. And like it like had people that worked on Tales of that were working on it, so like that was really promising.
Jay was in.
Yeah, I was instantly in. But yeah, I haven't even beaten it.
No, me neither. I never finished it.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Hey,
to be fair, Cole,
the
to be
2.0
fair,
patch, the 2.0 patch just came out or something, didn't it?
and at the same time, the anime made him go back to it.
And the game is good now, but the disappointment I felt when I first got it, it has only been can only be matched by the pain I felt when I saw.
I feel like when these games, you get like sucked into the hype of these really ambitious games, and like more often than not, the really ambitious games are like desperately broken for like a while.
You know what though, and we've beaten the dead horse on this one. The problem is that they release these games unfinished.
Yeah,
push them back. If the
I think that's
if the game was pushed back 6 months or a year, and then released, and it was done, then there would be no controversy behind it, right?
See, I agree with you. I think a lot of it has to do with higher ups, people in suits being like, we want to capitalize on making money.
That's exactly what the problem is.
Put the damn thing out, and we need our paycheck.
That doesn't mean they're right.
Yeah.
They're very wrong.
No. But they want the money and they want it now.
This is where Nintendo knows what they're doing, man. They just basically like lock themselves in their building. They don't let anyone leave, and they have a game that's finished, and they put it out roughly on time. And
well, I mean, they for Mario Wonder, they literally like gave the dev team as long as they wanted.
I mean, Tears of the Kingdom got pushed back.
Yeah.
And that was fine. Like, were people rioting in the streets because it got pushed back? Like, no. You push it back, the game's done, everybody gets it, everybody has a good time.
I think it's pretty universally praised nowadays when the games get pushed back, actually, because like everybody is sick of these like Cyberpunks was a big example, but I think recently was it Redfall was the other one that people went nuts for too,
or even Star Wars Jedi Survivor was pretty broken when it was released. Now I think it's in a pretty good state, but
I think
patient gamers, man.
I think that I think that Cyberpunk was like the linchpin that kind of, or rather the straw that broke the camel's back on waiting for delays,
Mike,
and letting delays happen.
Mike, I'll say this once and only once. Mike is right. Mike is right in this situation. Patient gamers is the correct way to go. But my argument would be
he's right, but
we shouldn't have to be patient.
No,
right?
You're right.
The developers should be patient and release their games when it's done.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm cheap. So when I pay full price for a dang game, and I go and put it in, and I wait the hour or whatever it is to download the day one update, and then I finally go to play it and it's broken, I'm mad.
It crashes immediately.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
stupid.
What do I do now?
That's not good in any way.
I've got a little bit of a hot take for a game that I was really excited for and it disappointed me.
I don't want to
hear for hot takes.
No, I don't want to.
I'm here for hot takes.
No.
Whisper it in my ear, Jay.
I'll
turn around. Legends Arceus.
I like Arceus.
Ooh, I like Arceus.
You know
I thought that was really fun.
So
go ahead,
it was fun. It was fun. But
certified hot take. I like it.
It's something different, but it didn't feel done. Like it had a lot of problems. It felt like the only real like interesting idea was catching Pokemon, and if that wasn't your thing, then like you're not gonna enjoy it.
Then why are you playing a Pokemon game?
I mean, it is Pokemon.
Yeah, but like you're not in most Pokemon games, you're like battling and catching, and the catching in mainline games is like nowhere near as thought out or refined.
Honestly, Jay, I did like Pokemon Legends Arceus. But I think your critiques are valid. I do agree with you.
I think that they're valid. I like the catching Pokemon thing. I think that's maybe why I never really got into the Pokemon games. But you don't like
turn-based stuff, really. So I think me and Jay both, he's a Tales guy, I'm a Final Fantasy guy. So
here's my hot take for you, gentlemen. I like Pokemon Arceus more than Violet and Scarlet.
Honestly, I think that's like
I feel like that's the coldest take I've ever heard.
That's the universally accepted take.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought people were like,
people
we liked
hate
Arceus.
Scarlet and Violet.
We liked Arceus, so that Scarlet and Violet came out. That's basically just the completed Scarlet or completed Arceus. But Scarlet and Violet was like super buggy when it came out. And it's not a Nintendo game. Like I'm not going to blame Nintendo. It's Game Freak.
It's Game Freak.
Yeah. So you can't really
my
blame Nintendo for it.
My cousin got that game. like a little bit later because he has no faith in Game Freak anymore.
Kind of valid.
Yeah. And he got to right before the Elite Four, and he got the glitch that corrupts your save file.
Oh no!
How are we?
That's my least favorite thing in the world.
How are we in 2023 and that is still like a glitch that games have?
Yeah. And then he called Nintendo, and they basically told him like, call back
called
later.
His uncle at Nintendo, and his uncle was like, "Sorry, nephew, we can't solve this problem."
Well, I mean, what could they do? Like, we'll pull it back.
Exactly.
Well, they actually
did though.
They actually
they
did something, and they fixed it. So he beat the game, and then he was about to do like the part where like you rematch all the gym leaders, and he ran into the issue again.
Oh,
so he told me like, I'm done.
Game over.
That's when you throw
That's
the
it.
game right in the incinerator.
That's like I was playing Atelier Ryza recently, and the first one for some reason this game came out in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
The year of our Lord and Savior Ash Ketchum. 2019.
Yeah.
And this game does not have autosave.
Oh, that's
what?
And my computer crashed when I was like 2 hours away from my last save.
Ooh.
I didn't play the game for like a month after that because it was just no,
that hurts.
See, I understand like toggling autosave, but like just not having it at all.
I think the later ones do have it.
The default should be on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's not like, especially in modern games, like when we're all used to autosave, you turn the game off and you go back in and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
None of
and
this
then you
saved?
go back and play. That's why when you go back and play an old game, like you'll save and then you'll be like, wait, did I save? So you'll save again.
Save twice. Classic Pokemon move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't know
Or you'll
anything
be
about that.
as anxious as me and do it like 5 times before you're finally like, okay, I saved, I'm good.
You're good now.
Good old anxiety. What else was disappointing though?
I was gonna ask you if there's anything that you've been disappointed in.
I gave 2 right off the top there.
Did you give a game though?
I didn't give any games.
Or an anime?
I don't know what anime.
I mean,
I was really disappointed in that vending machine anime. I kind of had high hopes for it.
I was gonna say like kind of as I don't mean to like sound masturbatory, but as professional anime watchers,
we should have an anime take. Yeah.
We get disappointed every season with some of these shows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shikamori's not just a cutie looking straight in your beautiful pink eyes.
Mine?
Yeah,
I
yours.
put eye drops in. My eyes aren't that pink.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It's allergies, people, not the devil's
You know what'd be
lettuce.
we should predict in the next part? We should actually predict what's gonna be the most disappointing anime for because we're later this episode we're gonna be talking about the anime we're all excited to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Let's throw a little bit of hate in there too.
Okay.
A little bit of hate's always a good thing to throw in the soup.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know how people say cooking with love? I like cooking with hate sometimes.
It leaves a nice sour like aftertaste. Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes bitter.
Yeah. Jay, do you have any other things that you've hated?
I mean, I always talk about how much I don't like Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, though, you're not disappointed.
I feel like
you just don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like the Attack on Titan hate at this point is actually almost like the norm.
Yeah.
Like the Attack on Titans. The Attack on Titan fans like myself at this point just like keep our heads below the weeds so we don't get picked off by all the haters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like the state of things. Yeah. It did definitely the final seasons where they were ripe for making people upset.
Well, the release
it changed a lot.
Style is
if we're gonna go off of one that I think we can all agree on though, My Hero Academia kind of like just super fell off.
Same thing as Marvel, just fell off.
Yeah, just not into it anymore. Well, I have nothing else to contribute to this conversation.
Neither do I.
Excellent.
I think we're done here.
It's time for the mailbag. No, Jay, it's time for the mailbag.
It's time for the mailbag. It's everyone's favorite sections. Remember to submit your mailbag questions to us either on our Discord. Please come to our Discord. Or I believe on our website now people can submit. We've got a handy little link there they can send it to.
I think it's AniProPod.com/mailbag if I did it correctly. We'll find out.
We'll find out after the break.
Let me know.
Yes.
But of course, patrons get priority, and this is a patron priority mailbag from Peach
Wee woo,
with
wee
love.
woo.
Wee woo, wee woo. What anime have you rewatched the most?
Ooh.
This is
I
a
was
tough
so
one
tempted.
for Mike.
See,
I know.
When people post mailbags, I feel like, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, I feel like I can't answer them in the Discord because the intention is that we answered on the podcast.
Yeah.
This one tempted me, I will say.
Yeah.
Because we just reviewed my now most rewatched anime of all time, and that's Madoka Magica. I've watched it 3 times now. And that's the most I've rewatched any anime.
I don't know if this counts because I don't really rewatch like the whole thing, but rather just like little clips of it. But like I rewatch SAO a lot.
That checks out.
Yeah. Just like little clips here and there. And
Bits
I think like
bites.
yeah. And I think like just like all of the little bits and bites I've rewatched add up to like a full rewatch of the show.
Yeah.
So like I need to know here, like, what's the key moment from SAO you keep like going and being like, I need to watch this YouTube video again?
Okay, wait, let's guess.
Is it the one? I can guess. It's the when Asuna is getting tied up at the end by the creepy dude.
Is that true?
With
Jay?
like the really like not comfortable vibes going on that really are not.
Yeah,
great.
it's so uncomfortable. I need to experience it again.
All right. I'm gonna go
anime.
with Kirito just like breaking all. Everybody had like a certain level of expectations with this show. You know, get to level 10, you've got 100 levels to go.
Yeah.
You know, we got a lot of show left. Nope, Kirito's so OP, he's just going to end it. He's just going to end this whole thing right now. Is that your most rewatched thing?
So I have
Kirito dying
3.
and then not dying?
I have 3 that I rewatch a lot. The first
Kirito
one
declaring
is
he's a beater.
yes,
that's a good one.
That is one I watch a lot.
I knew that'd be one. Yeah.
Just because of how stupid a beater. Yeah, I like that is.
Yeah, get out here. Yeah, you like that.
It's so stupid. Like, who in their right mind?
You know, I think maybe like it's one of those things where like maybe it sounds cooler when it's not your native tongue. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Yeah,
It's
but
probably
in our
gotta
native
be.
tongue. Speaking of masturbatory, yeah.
Yeah. The other one is the duel between Kirito and Heathcliff at the very end.
So I was right.
So you're right.
And then the other one, Jay dared not shares.
No. I just find it funny because like he's like, I figured it out because that shield was just too fast.
Yeah.
That's what tipped you off.
Shut up, Kirito.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Nobody likes you.
And then he's like, please make it so Asuna can't kill herself out of grief.
Good old SAO. We should really review that one day.
We should.
Honestly.
That would be, Jay, do you have
you said review. There was 3.
There were 3. The other one
private?
was...
I was right.
No, the other one was when he's fighting that boss on his own, and he reveals that he can dual wield.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was wrong, by the way. I've rewatched 2 things twice. So, like, watched them 3 times in total. The other one's the first season of Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Yes.
I would probably say, of course, my yearly rewatches. Toradora.
True.
And March Comes In Like a Lion.
But you're like you're kind of famous for your rewatching, I feel like.
Yeah,
That's
I
kind of
like
your move.
rewatching. I've watched Psycho-Pass a couple times now. Do movies count?
Sure.
And Ghost in the Shell. Quite a few times.
Yeah.
My most rewatched anime movie would be Totoro, probably. Or maybe Spirited Away. I watched that a lot as a kid.
I think for
I
me
actually...
it's...
Go ahead, Jay.
I was just going to say, I think for me it's Your Name.
Your Name? I need to rewatch Your Name. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I need to rewatch Your Name. I
wonder if it holds up.
rewatch Suzume too. Oh, A Silent Voice. I've watched that like 4 times.
I've seen it once.
A Silent Voice is like one of my favorite movies. Just period.
Yeah.
I don't even
No,
need
it's
that.
really
I don't
good.
even need that
Too.
anime caveat to it. I think that's in my top 3 for sure.
I think like Silent Voice is one of those movies that you can just like recommend to a person that doesn't watch anime, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is good."
It would be one of my choices actually to show like, okay, yeah, anime is not just My Hero Academia or something.
Yeah,
like,
Dragon
this
Ball
is what
Z.
it can do. Yeah,
Yeah, I do like that scene where Shoko like powers up into Super Saiyan though. That's a pretty good scene. And
yeah,
and then fights
Ultra
against
Instinct.
Frieza for some reason.
yeah, what a
Goes
twist.
plus Ultra.
Like, what was he doing there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Silent Voice. You know, it's got some twists and turns in it. When Cell shows up and they're all like taking part in Cell games.
Oh yeah, and he takes like Shoko and like sucks him into his little like penile tail thing there.
And then he gains the power of deafness.
Yeah.
Do you have any other things that you guys have rewatched that you'd like to share, or should we move on to our regular mailbag question?
I literally I rewatched like 10 things. I scrolled through my whole Annie list.
Yeah,
so.
Mike's not a rewatcher.
I think I've shared both an ironic rewatch and like a serious one. So
Do I have an ironic rewatch? No, I am perfect and I don't watch things ironically.
Shut up.
Regular mailbag from Devin this week over at Patreon. What's an anime you love but can't stand one thing about it? So an anime that you really enjoy, but there was basically, is there something you change in like your favorite anime? You know, I love March Comes In Like a Lion, but I really can't stand that there's not a season 3. And there never will be one.
You know what? I do love JoJo's Part 3, but it needs to be like not as long. It needs to be like half as. It's really a tough watch sometimes. Like it's fun to watch, but like man, is there a lot of crap in Part 3 that does not need to be there?
Yeah,
it's not as tight of a story as the others.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that a lot of that has to do with the fact that he just introduced Stan, so he's trying to figure out what to do with that. Because Part 4, I think, clean that up a little bit. It's still kind of jarring, but yeah.
Part 4 is better though. It's less like Part 3 is like legitimately a Monster of the Week, but like 2 seasons of it, right?
Yeah. So I think Part 4 still has that Monster of the Week thing, but like
kind of, yeah.
It's cleaned up a little bit. The thing that I didn't like about Part 4 was like it changes up the villain like halfway through the show or through the season.
Yeah, it is kind of a weird move, actually.
Yeah.
I've never watched that show.
It's just too good.
It's
too good.
One I'll say that is pretty universal, I think, is Steins Gate. Starts off a little slow, and I wish it would get into its story. I get that that's kind of like a pacing thing.
Though,
I feel like I need to rewatch it to see how I do.
The question
do that.
isn't something you would change. It's you can't stand one thing about it.
Okay,
So,
I'd agree with that.
Like Steins Gate, the first like 6 episodes, it's like, are we getting anywhere?
Yeah.
And then it just takes off.
I feel like the universal experience is like you almost drop Steins Gate right before it gets really good.
I did drop Steins Gate on,
but you're a quick dropper, right? So
I dropped it on like episode 5. I needed like 7 episodes to get into it before like things finally started
that checks out.
Unraveling.
I think the thing for me about Steins Gate, like I was into it from the beginning, and I think it's because I watched it back when I watched dubs, so like it was just much easier to digest.
Good dub too.
Yeah, it is a very good dub. But I'm not sure if watching it subbed would be harder or not. Like, I liked Steins Gate Zero, and that was fine.
I haven't watched Steins Gate Zero.
I haven't watched Steins Gate Zero, to be honest. So
you should. It's really good.
I watched the sequel OVA. I don't need any more. I watched the happy ending. I don't need the sad one.
Well, no, that one's just about the Okabe from the other world line.
I know.
Yeah.
It's the sad ending. It's when things don't go well. I don't need that. I want the happy ending.
It's the one that helps Okabe reach the good ending, though. Yeah.
No, I'll watch it eventually. Not today.
I liked Kuroko's basketball, but the show kind of looks like Badookie sometimes.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like it's production IG, so it should by all rights look really good, but like the first season in particular, there's some like this is It just looks awkward and weird.
I liked Assassination Classroom, and like a lot of people talk about how good the ending is, but I feel like there's a lot of fluff that you have to get through to get to that good stuff.
Yeah, too much fluff. Cut the trim down. Trim the fat down. Trim the cut down.
That's kind of one of my like takes. Are you sure your eyes are just red from allergies there, Cole? I do think that in a lot of shows that get really high ratings, a lot of the times what happens is they finish really strong, and then people kind of forget about all this crap you slogged through the middle of it. Looking at you, Naruto. And that's a bit of a hater take. I like Naruto, but there's so much BS in there.
Filler.
I think that's why I don't like Naruto as much as other people, is because like they remember all the good stuff and I remember all the stuff that I had to slog through.
Yeah. And I don't really like the ending of Naruto either, like the stuff with Kaguya and all that. I just kind of got too big, and I was kind of like, this is what's going on now.
Oh, it's power scaling. That's the problem. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they made Naruto so powerful that like he couldn't even go like all out at any point. Like he didn't use everything at any point in the story.
Me neither.
He was either sage mode or like whatever that other mode is. He had a lot of modes.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to go full power on you guys, but I just, it's.
I expect it. It sometime soon.
Yeah.
I think we've all answered this question now.
Oh, we certainly have.
I think it's important that we get into what needs to be gotten into, and that is to reveal the draft order.
Oh, yes.
Do we have to submit a tsundere? Or are we all good
we've
on
got
that?
in all of our tsunderes. It's just the contest of tsunderes will take place at a later date.
Okay.
I did the math, and just to reiterate, we each draft 5 shows and pick an anime of the season and a new anime of the season. I then take the highest rating, the lowest rating, the anime of the season, and the new anime of the season, and add those all up, and then figure out the average score among them. And based on those average scores, we decide the draft order. So first place gets a point in my standings for the teeny tiny trophy. Second place gets nothing. And
as it should.
Third place drafts first. So I will very quickly go over the shows that we drafted for the summer 2024 season. Starting, is this alphabetical order?
I like how you have like an actual printed document.
It's here in my hand.
It's very, very important. Can you flick it in the, can you just like crumple it a little bit? Oh, there's some ASMR for the listeners.
Can you eat it?
I will after. I still need it. Okay, so I drafted Zom 100, My Happy Marriage, The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, Dark Gathering, and The Gene of AI, with The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses is my anime of the season. That's a wild take, Cole. Good job. And My Happy Marriage as the new anime of the season for me. Mike drafted Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Horimiya, what's it called? Piece? The Missing Pieces?
The Missing Piece.
I did shorthand for these, so you're gonna have to remind me of the full name.
I have the thing in front of me.
I have Vending Machine as the next one. What is the full name
Reincarnated
of that?
as a vending machine.
Okay.
Or is it? I don't think it's that time. I think it's just reincarnated.
What about Atelier Ryza?
Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout, the animation.
And what about Bleach 1000 Year War Arc Season 2?
Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Arc Part 2?
Season 1. And then for your anime of the season, you changed it, actually, and you went with Undead Girl Murder Farce Girl Murder Fart Face?
Yes, it was Vending Machine, but I changed it to Undead. I watched one episode of Undead Girl Murder Farce, and I forgot to keep watching it. So let's see if it's my new anime this season.
It's very good, apparently. And Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 was your ongoing anime of the season. For Jay, you went with Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Helk. I just wrote 7 Spellblades. Can you... 7 spell...
Reign of the 7 Spellblades.
Okay, thank you. Saint Cecilia and something.
Pastor Lawrence.
Liar.
Yep.
Then you went Seven Spellblades as your new anime of the season, and Mushoku Tensei as your overall anime of the season. Now, gentlemen, with
Yes.
the number first, the person who got the highest score with a 77.5 was, of course, Mike. He always does it.
Hey.
Congratulations, Mike. I'm very proud of you. Shut up. And then with second place, coming in at second place with a score of 74. Oh, by the way, Mike had the highest, the show with the highest score this season, actually, with an 86 for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2.
Oh, I wasn't sure if it was Bleach or Jujutsu Kaisen.
No, Bleach. Oh, no, it was Bleach. Oh, yeah, you won anyway.
Either, I think those are the top two shows.
Yeah,
so,
Bleach had an 87. I guess I just miscalculated. And then in second place, whoops, wrong button. This one. The 74, Jay.
Oh, Jay's tank job didn't work.
Jay's tank job didn't work. Jay, your highest score was Mushoku Tensei. Your lowest score was Liar Liar. Mushoku Tensei had an 83. Liar Liar had a 62. Spellblades had a 68. And Mushoku Tensei already, I said, had an 83. Mike, your lowest, by the way, was Italia Ryza with a 62. And Undead Girl Murder Fart Face had a 76.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you should have had a bit of a higher score because Bleach 2 had a
No, you know what? I like this new way of doing it. It kind of makes it a bit more random. I like it. Yeah.
And of course that means that I came in third, but I get first overall pick. So I am definitely stealing Jay's pick that he's so excited to take.
Do you feel
let
like
me go over my scores, Michael?
Well, I just feel like, Jay, I should alert him that Cole calculated this and somehow it ended up with him getting the first overall pick. There might have been a little bit of hijinks.
We don't talk
I
about
had to
that.
take a guess.
You think that there's a little shenanigans going on?
Cole is fond of shenanigans, so we'll see. Look at him. Look at his face. That's a shenanigan.
Yeah, that's a very
face.
smug, shenanigan-y face.
Oh.
Yeah, I put that one on just to scare Mike. My highest score was an 80. My Happy Marriage. My lowest score was Gene of AI, a show I've only watched 2 episodes of with a 62. The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, my new anime of the season, apparently. 65.
Oh,
And-
that fell off.
Yeah. You know what? I stand by it. I think I had the most fun with that one, to be honest.
Yeah. And we'll be talking more about these next week, too, right?
Because we'll be reviewing this past season. But the scores were based as of yesterday, as of recording. So they could be different if you go... Yeah, Friday as of recording. They could be different for the listeners because we record a week before. So the scores might work out.
Whatever.
But generally
For the
speaking...
draft order, it's...
Draft order should be the same. So I will draft first, followed by Jay, followed by Michael. And we'll do that after the upcoming... You hear that music swelling up. You know what time it is. It's time for an... break. Welcome back to the Anime Protagonist Podcast. I am here with pants on. Mike is here with pants on. We just want to double check with Jay. Jay, what's your pants situation like right now?
Pants.
I don't believe you, even a little bit.
Confirmed wearing pants, ladies and gentlemen. The mystery has been solved. We're back.
Weird.
We are doing our draft. We're doing our draft. This is probably the draft that I have done the least amount of preparation for.
And you usually do very little preparation, so that's saying something.
This is saying something. I've been watching Star Wars, guys, so that's basically where my priorities have been lying. What about you guys? Have you guys been prepping hardcore for this? I know Jay's been prepping for his tank job that he's not tanking for.
Honestly, I've been planning for maybe last week.
Been planning for about a year.
I've been planning this since the inception of the podcast.
Jay is like a planner though, so it's he usually thinks things through like to the nth degree. So it checks out.
I've got our list up here. It's very important that I know that Jay was trying to tank for a very specific show.
And like it often does in sports, tanking does not usually go the way you think it will.
Tanking doesn't work.
It doesn't really work.
By the way, guys, I just want to address the elephant in the room here. I know I got a haircut yesterday. I know you guys aren't going to say anything about it. Whatever.
I mean, hey, it looks great.
Yeah,
your hair always looks great, though.
Yeah, your hair looks so good today, Cole.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to make it awkward.
Yeah,
you know?
it's all right.
Well, I just know Cole's hair always looks great, so I didn't think I need to address it.
Oh, you guys, stop bringing attention to my hair. Why are you doing that? That's so weird.
I'm sorry. We just couldn't help but bring attention to your awesome haircut, Cole.
Yeah,
Cole. Thank you.
You know what? I didn't get a haircut today.
Oh.
Just rocking with this shaggy ass mane here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so just I guess like people heard like 30 seconds ago that I'm drafting first, Jay's drafting second, Mike's drafting last.
They remember. Yeah.
And that's how we do things around here. So, why don't we just kick off the draft? Oh, yeah. Mike, did you do any prepping?
Oh, I did. As part of like our watch party document, I kind of did a little bit of prep, just kind of like looking and seeing what people were excited for. And then I felt like that was sufficient, so I'm just gonna ride it out. I honestly, like, you tease that you're gonna steal one of my shows, and I totally forgot that it was even coming out this season, so that should tell you that how little prep I've done.
Nice. Well, I actually have done quite a bit of not prepping.
Okay.
And I take pride in that. And with that, with the first overall draft pick of the fall 2023 draft.
Don't cry, Jay.
I am taking the Apothecary Diaries.
Oh, that's fitting. Looks like the My Happy Marriage of this season. So
looks like My Happy Marriage, but I don't know. Like the art in this one just looks. Oof.
You know what? This is. I feel like this is probably one of the more hype shows of the season. Like when I put out the document for watch parties, this one actually got a lot of people who want to watch it, so a fitting first pick. The only downside to it is still got another month until it starts. It's starting late in this season. That's always gross.
Yeah.
That's like me with Jujutsu Kaisen right now, because they took like a month off break in the middle of it. It sucks. Yucky.
Hate to see it.
Now Jay is happy. He's
well.
You see, I said he's happy, and then the smile just, no, I'm not happy.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think he probably realized he was grinning from ear to ear, and then he's like, I have to rein this back. And then he did like the... Hey, down, boy, down.
All right, Jay, what are you drafting?
My first overall draft pick might come as a surprise to some of you.
No, none of us.
Oh, what do we got here?
Because I am picking... Butareba.
What the hell is that? No,
the Reincarnated as a Pig show.
What show's coming out next?
You're crazy. You're picking that?
That is my first overall draft pick.
Well, okay. I guess we can't get too... Jay, next time I see you, I swear.
I wonder what shows are coming out in winter. The tank job cannot possibly continue.
Is it a tank job, though?
It's about a pig, Jay.
It is about a pig.
It does look cool, though. I actually was hoping to pick this up with my 5th pick, but good first pick. What's coming out next season? I need to know now. No, that's winter.
Hey, Mike, you know what's more important, though?
Well, we need to talk about this show.
We do need to talk about the show. Why don't you pitch it to me? Is it about a pig?
It is about a pig. So basically, it's about a guy who is reincarnated into another world as a pig. And he meets this girl, and he helps this girl go on adventures and do things.
And he's a pig.
An unappealing otaku awakens in the body of a pig after he passes out while eating raw pig liver. Pig finds himself in the company of Jess, an innocent girl who can read people's minds. She accepts him despite his boorish thoughts, although she does plan to eat him. When When Jess is in danger of succumbing to this dark destiny, can Pig save her using only his wits, wisdom, and refined taste, sense of smell? There's for sure going to be some ecchi in this whole show.
Yeah.
But it looks cute.
It's based on a light novel by Project Number 9.
Number 9.
Project Number 9.
Number 9. Number 9.
The director has done things such as being the assistant director of Reborn as a Vending Machine. So
this will be
thank
great.
you for taking this grenade for me, Jay.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Vending Machine was like, I'd say well done. It just didn't interest me.
Yeah.
Is what I would say.
Yeah.
What does interest you though this season?
Well, I guess I'm going to win this season too, because you guys have left something sitting here oh so nicely for me.
Yeah.
It is just sitting here waiting for me. I have my pick of the litter.
Mm-hmm.
And what will old Mikey Poo pick?
What will he pick?
He's really liking that pose this week.
I don't know why I'm doing it. I've never done it before in my life. But
that's my pose. Like if you literally look at at our 3 pictures, this is
right
my
above
pose.
him.
Oh yeah, I need mine's the glasses.
Yeah, yours is pushing up glasses.
Yeah,
mine's just a guy.
You're just Char Aznable.
Yeah,
with a beard.
I think. But have you abandoned the charbroiled Aznable at this point? Or are you still charbroiled?
I'm always charbroiled.
That's true. You're always hot and spicy, especially with that new haircut. It looks really good, Cole.
Yeah, Cole, that haircut looks great on you.
Oh, you guys, shut up.
I'll
Make your pick.
I'll stop beating around the bush. My next anime that I will pick with my first overall pick was going to be animated by Studio Madhouse. It is the number 16th most popular for summer 2023. It is Frieren Beyond Journey's End. I'm so sorry, Jay. You can't just leave this here for me.
It is what it is.
I know you're excited for it, but I am also excited for it because I've read a couple volumes of this manga and man, does it seem nice. The synopsis here is: the adventure is over, but life goes on for an elf mage just beginning to learn what living is all about. Elf mage Frieren and her courageous fellow adventurers have defeated the Demon King and brought peace to the land. But Frieren will long outlive the rest of her former party. How will she come to understand what life means to the people around her? Decades after her victory, the funeral of one of her friends confronts Frieren with her own near immortality, and Frieren sets out to fulfill the last wishes of her comrades and finds herself beginning a new adventure. Now, Jay, I know you've read quite a bit of this one. I don't know if are you current on it or?
I'm not current on it, but I've read a bit of it, and it's good. It's a very interesting story because like it takes place after the whole like adventure thing where her party defeats the demon lord and everything, and it's more like this story of an elf who is like it plays on the trope that like elves live much longer than humans do, and it explores that in a very interesting way because like she's lived so much longer than everyone in her party. So now she has to explore like living a long life, and
it's kind of like it's nice because I'm a big fan of these like melancholy shows that kind of make you think about like a deeper subject, and this definitely seems like one of those shows, like kind of like the To Your Eternity type vibe. But I think this one might be it's Madhouse, right? So this is going to be a little more well done than To Your Eternity was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for this one. The only thing that's kind of a little bit sad for me is it's going to be like, isn't it like a 2-hour first episode or something?
It is, yeah.
Which let's calm down with that.
So that's if we're being completely transparent, that's partially why I didn't draft it first, because our first draft is the show that we have to watch.
You're gonna watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, but like.
It's just the first episode.
But it's a bit daunting. 2 hours.
Okay, that's valid though.
Yeah.
I think it's actually. I think someone in our Discord pointed out that 2 hours of airtime in Japan is like an hour and a half, but still that's
counting for commercials.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah.
That's a lot to, especially for a heavy show like this. That's a lot to sit through. That's like the Oshinoko first episode all over again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that inspired this decision, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with my first pick. I didn't think I'd get this one here, and I'm happy with it. And we're all probably going to watch this show, at least the first episode.
Probably, yeah.
Tune in to hear our thoughts later in about 12-ish weeks.
Oh, actually, where's it airing? We should be talking about where
we should be saying where they airs. Yes. This one...
mine's on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Yours is on Crunchyroll, Mike?
Yes, mine's also on Crunchyroll.
Pig Show is on. I didn't have it. Give me a second.
It's like, isn't it called like pig liver or something?
No, it's called Reincarnated as a Pig or something stupid like that. I'm trying to find it on AniList here. Stall for time for like 2 seconds until I just found it. It is on Crunchyroll.
Glad we could help.
Glad I helped out there.
Yeah. Well, now it's my turn to draft second.
Yes.
To begin the second round. And I feel like it's appropriate. I am going to draft... I'll tell you why it's appropriate. I watched Metropolis this week. I watched Metropolis last weekend. Great movie. It's based on a manga by Osamu Tezuka.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm going to draft Pluto. Michael left it there for me.
I'm sorry.
This one's coming out on Netflix. It is an OVA, technically. It's only 8 episodes. But it looks very good.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. A murder occurs in an orderly world where robots are unable to kill humans. A robotic Europol investigator, Geist.
Geist.
I
believe it's Geist. I'm trying to remember back to the manga, but I think it was Geist, wasn't it?
Takes a case, but the mystery deepens when he finds no trace of a human at the scene of the crime. As he pursues the truth, this guy discovers the most evil manifestation of hate that history has ever seen. One that is bent on bringing destruction to the world. Is it an Astro Boy side story?
It is
alternate universe thing going on.
Basically like an alternate universe Astro Boy, but with like basically Tezuka. Actually, he sought out like the creator of Astro Boy, and basically said, "Do you mind if I do like an original take on your characters?" And the guy was like, "Heck yes, you're one of the greatest mangaka ever. Like, please do that." And then he did this, and he basically made sure that he made it true enough to the source material that people who were fans of the original, it was still respecting the original work, but made it his own, and it's definitely like in his style. And I'm actually very excited for Cole to watch this one because I think you're gonna like it.
I think so too.
It's very like that retro sci-fi vibe. Tezuka? No.
Yeah, he did. Osamu Tezuka's story and art
I'm
for
thinking
the original.
Naoki Urasawa. I was mixing up the names. The other greatest mangaka of all time. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's my second pick. I think I'm gonna win this season.
Those two first picks, you home runs in my opinion.
Home runs, but just wait, because I've got some trash coming up.
Okay.
Jay, why don't you go next?
Sure. So my second pick is a show I feel like you two are probably not remembering, but is still really good. My second draft pick is Spy Family Season 2.
Ooh, I'm a little surprised actually that you're going with this one, but please.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Spy Family, and I am looking forward to more of it. Like, I mean, the stuff that's coming up is really good. So, hey,
this should catch it up to the manga, I think, right? Or like pretty close. If it's 24 episodes, how many is it?
I thought it was just 12.
Doesn't say. If it's just 12 episodes, if it goes 2 cores again, I think it'll get pretty close.
Yeah, it might
Plus,
get.
there's
it
a
might
movie
get
too,
close. Right? I think the movie's original. To be fair.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. It is. Yes.
Yeah. But there's just like some stuff in this season that's going to be really good, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. So, and also, I mean, more of these 3, more of the Forgers, just great stuff.
Oh, this one's going to have a good OP, isn't it?
Probably.
The music director is the guy who did Dorohedoro, Spy Family, and Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash, the insert songs. Interesting. No name. I recognize the name. That's why I clicked on it.
But there is no name.
It's KNOW name.
Oh.
It's clever.
So you do know his name?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what you're going to pick next?
Oh, am I up already?
You are up already.
Where are they watching Spy Family?
You can watch Spy Family exclusively on Crunchyroll.
Very good. Very good. Now, We did come up with in between this last season and this one, we kind of said no more. Hey, Mike, stop watching season 3s and season 9s of shows because nobody cares anymore. If they like the show, they're still watching it anyway. There's no, why are you talking about it, right?
Did we say that?
We talked about it.
We talked about it. That basically season 1s and season 2s are more worth picking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As Cole's like, I was getting ready to take Goblin Slayer season 3. But
I was ready to take Attack on Titan, the final chapter, or the final season part 2.
Uma Musume Pretty Derby season 3. That's not what I'm picking. Don't do that.
That's what he's. No, he said it. That's what he's locking in.
Put it
in. That'd be against my own rules that I've set for myself. And there is a season 2 that's just sitting out here, very ready to be taken. And it's a season 2 of a show that has some controversy behind it.
Okay.
There's some relationships in this show that are a little questionable.
I hate you.
And there's just some things in this show that I think are very interesting and worth me watching the second season of, even if that would mean having to watch the season 1 for the first time.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Goblin Slayer season 2.
Ooh. Okay.
After I gave Cole a little bit of an aneurysm because he just took my show, I had to scare him a little bit.
You had to scare me a little bit.
I'm gonna go with Goblin Slayer season 2. I've been curious about Goblin Slayer for like a while now, and I've just never found like a good reason to watch the first season.
Honestly, Mike, if you hadn't have taken this, I probably would have.
Yeah, there's 2 here I was kind of waffling back and forth, and I suspect the one I was waffling with you might take on your next pick. But yeah, Goblin Slayer, I'm just kind of like curious to see what it's all about, and I want an excuse to watch the first season, and I think this will do it. Does anyone here, Cole, have you watched Goblin Slayer?
No, I have not. Sorry, I'm still catching my breath from that scary
the little heart attack.
Yeah.
Oh no. The synopsis for the first season was: a young priestess has formed her first adventuring party, but almost immediately they find themselves in distress. It is the Goblin Slayer who comes to their rescue, a man who's dedicated his life to the extermination of all goblins by any means necessary. And when rumors of his feat begin to circulate, there's no telling who might come calling next. And one thing I find interesting about this is that I'm pretty sure the characters don't have like normal names.
I think this is another one where the story's like based off of a D&D campaign.
Is it? Oh,
I think so.
I know that it has some things in it like that are questionable, and like I don't want to say I enjoy watching questionable stuff because that's kind of a weird thing to say. But I think the thing is like the way the show portrays it is different from how the light novel portrays those questionable things. Okay.
And I can go into a bit more detail with you off air because it's kind of questionable and controversial, so don't want to touch too much on it. But yeah.
But yeah.
Where
can they watch this? With you, Michael?
This one with Goblin Slayer, I navigated away. I believe Crunchyroll. It's the only one that's listed here.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Crunchyroll. Yes, watch this one on Crunchyroll with me. It's the number 3 most popular for fall 2023. We'll see how it is.
Yeah.
If it lives up to the hype. It is Studio Linden Films, who I'm assuming did the first one as well.
Nice. Okay, I don't know if I'm breaking this rule that we've implemented where we can't do sequels, apparently.
It was season 3s.
Season 3s.
Yeah.
What about a season 2, part 2? Is that allowed?
That's part of season 2. I don't know. Do whatever you want, man. It's our podcast.
Hey, you're right.
Yeah.
It is our podcast. Well, this show is one that I like. I know you guys don't like it. And that's fine, I guess. I mean, I just have superior taste in all manners.
Yeah, you're going to watch Dr. Stone season 3, part 2, right?
No, I'm going to watch The Ancient Mage's Bride season 2, part 2.
Oh.
Yes. We're back with Ancient Mage's Bride. We're back with your girl, Chise. And we're back with your boy, Elias. And we're back on, I believe, Crunchyroll, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Crunchyroll. more of I really enjoyed part 1 of the season, so I think part 2 will be good as well. We're finally starting to getting into the meat of this new story, which should be a good time for all.
Yeah,
should be. Yeah. I still need to watch the first part of season 2, but Shazana recently went through a little binge where she watched it and she said it was still kind of more of the same, just ancient Mage's Bride goodness. So I think you're in for a good time.
Yeah. They changed up the formula enough last season that I feel like I'm interested to see where it goes. It's not them just like
doesn't
chilling in the house.
Doesn't Chisei kind of get like kind of badass a little bit?
A little bit, and the whole setting is different because she goes to like school.
Isn't she in school like in part 1?
No, she's just learning from.
She like starts in school.
No, she's just from she's just learning from Elias. Like she goes to like a mages, not a mage school. What are the not mages called?
Muggles.
No, the sorcerers.
Sorcerers. Yeah, she goes to like a sorcerer school.
Oh, okay.
So she's learning with like all of the non-mages. Oh, it's interesting.
Okay.
It's interesting. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's mine. Jay.
Yes.
Bring the hype with your third pick. Let's go.
So I think that there's a bit of an elephant in the room for a show that exists that I'm looking forward to. And if I wasn't going to pick this show, I don't think anyone else would. So I'm just going to take it. And that is...
I'm curious what it is, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe?
No, I don't think anyone else would have taken this show. That's The Eminence in Shadow Season 2.
Oh, I might have taken this, actually. I did enjoy Eminence in Shadow.
I'm just looking forward to more ridiculous, over-the-top stuff. All the, like, stupid, dumb antics that these characters go through. I'm looking forward to the dang Reddit fight that happens later on in the...
Reddit fight?
There's a Reddit argument that happens later on. I'm looking forward to seeing that animated.
Because the main character Sid Kagano is like your typical. He's like a Redditor's wet dream.
He's like he's basically like he's like a super edgelord.
He's dead.
Hot dog time.
Hot dog break.
He's like a super edgelord. That like he's
also
a
big, doofus.
He's a big chunibyo, but like he doesn't get anything that's going on. So. Yeah, he completely misunderstands that everything he said about what's going on is actually true. And so like he's just going off doing his own thing, and it turns out that everything he does is like this grand spectacle. Yeah, and it's super funny. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. It's all like parody and satire.
It's very like tongue-in-cheek satire though, because I feel like I'd compare it like, you know how Mashal was a couple seasons ago, where it's like very obvious this is satire.
Yeah,
I feel like this one, someone could watch it and not get that it was satire, but once you realize it is satire, it makes it infinitely better.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, no, I'm so excited for the show, and you should be too, because you can watch it on High Dive.
Yeah. Whoa. Is there another like I Am Atomic moment that's going to happen in this season? I'm assuming you've read the light novels now.
Yeah, I'm caught up on the light novels. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that was a hype moment, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's really funny. But yeah, Mike.
I need to see what this Reddit argument thing is now, because I'm genuinely very curious now.
Yeah. It's on actual. It's in the story. The Reddit argument.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like just like is it an actual argument they have?
Yes.
Okay. I will find out, because I will probably watch this one too. And it's the cool thing too is that it's like, didn't you send something today that it's like simuldub, like same day?
Yeah. Dub? The dub is coming out day and date with the raw, which is ridiculous.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that we're back to doing cool things with dubs. Yes, my next one. I'm looking through the list here of what I want to take. Oh, here it is. This is the one I thought Jay was going to take. It's a little anime based on a very, very little popular manga that's in, I believe, Shonen Jump. It won award in 2020 for being a manga. It just
the
says
prestigious being a manga award.
winner. It's actually in Manga Plus. Winner of the Sugi Manga 2020 award in the manga category. It's like, what does that mean?
Okay.
It's gonna start on October 7th. It's by David Productions, and it's called Undead Unluck. I'm gonna watch this show.
Oh.
It's maybe not what you guys were thinking, but I don't know. I've just heard a lot about this manga for a long time now, and I feel like it's flying under the radar a little bit, and I kind of want to give it a little more pop. But like, I think there's enough people out there that are fans of the manga that it'll at least get some attention. But I think I have a good feeling about it. It looks like it's going to be fun.
From what I've heard, it has a very interesting power system.
Okay. And I do like a nice little like shonen romp, and hopefully that's what this is.
Yeah,
go ahead.
That's kind of why I dropped it, because I did try reading the manga, and it just kind of like felt too shonen rompy for me. So
that checks out.
Yeah.
The plot summary here: all Fuko wants is a passionate romance like one of her favorite shoujo manga. Unfortunately, her unluck ability makes that impossible. Just as Fuko hits rock bottom, Andy sweeps her off her feet, literally. Now she's become Andy's unwilling test subject as he works to find a way to trigger a stroke of unluck big enough to kill him for good. However, when the pair discovers a secret organization is hunting them, it puts Andy's burial plans on hold. That is a complicated plan. I'm excited to see where this goes. It will be on... Oh no. It just says external and streaming links. Twitter and Hulu. I thought this was Crunchyroll. I could be totally off base with that.
Normally when it's Hulu, that means Disney Plus.
Oh, you know what? Okay, that would check out, because I do really enjoy watching anime on Disney Plus. I've come around on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that they actually release on time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for this one. It's going to be fun because I'm basically going into it purely blind. I'm just trying to check out. I'm kind of a sucker for finding out like what the hype's all about. I do like doing that.
No, honestly, Mike, I think you'll like it. Like, just from what I've seen of the manga, it seems like it'd be something up your alley. So
okay. And I do like, it has like a kind of like zany and weird look to it that I do enjoy. And David Productions, I have faith in as well.
That is the vibe that it gives off. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that is my third pick of this little draft we are doing, and it's next up is Holy Schmoly.
That is me. I am Holy Schmoly. This is the beginning of the fourth round. Do we want to just kind of maybe review what we've picked so far?
Yeah, let's give it a little recap.
Yeah. So I went first overall with the Apothecary Diaries. I'm gonna have a tough time with that one. Apothecary Diaries, and then I took Pluto, and then I took Ancient Magus Bride.
You went with like the most difficult name, and then to like the easiest name ever. And then
I can
back
say Pluto.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Pluto's like super easy.
Yeah.
And then Apothecary Diaries and Ancient Magus' Bride.
Ancient Magus' Bride, Season 2, Part 2.
Yeah. You got to pick another show with this that starts with P as your next show.
Peppa Pig?
Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig liver, yeah.
Speaking of pig livers, Jay, what did you pick?
So my first draft was...
Oh, I should be clear. I didn't call Jay a pig liver. It's based on what he picked.
Jay, you pig liver, tell us what you picked.
Hey, Jay, you pig liver, why don't you tell us what you took?
My first pick was Butareba, the story of a man turned into a pig. Then we went with Spy Family Season 2. And my third draft was The Eminence in Shadows Season 2.
The name of your first show is also what happens to me when I go to a buffet.
True. Last time we went for Hot Pot, you did ingest a lot of meat.
Oh,
that was a lot of meat.
That was a lot of meat.
Sweats.
Meat sweats. I had to go from work to work right after, and that was a challenge.
Did you get a whole bowl of soup spilt on you? So.
Yeah, how'd that clean up, by the way? Our good friend does. I can tell you were bothered a little bit.
I don't even know. I haven't even tried yet.
Oh, I just gave up. You'll give up.
Just
what I didn't give up on?
This draft?
Picks. This drafts. I picked frieren, surprisingly, at the pick number 3 due to consternations over the runtime of that first episode. And then I went with Goblin Slayer Season 2. I went with like all controversy here in the first bits. And then I'm going to go with Undead Unluck in my third pick. Just picked it. We're going to check it out. I'm happy with what I picked. How do you guys feel about your picks so far?
I'm happy with my picks.
I feel good about my picks so far. I feel very strongly about getting good ratings this season.
I honestly, this looks like a pretty like across the board. Like we're gonna have pretty good ratings. Honestly, I don't know who's gonna win the next one.
Me. Mm-hmm. And by me, I mean probably Mike.
See, well, the thing is, like, you live and die in this one. It's not your highest rated show per se. Like that makes it. You have to pick a good one, obviously, but you also have to pick a not horrible one, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna continue my streak of not horrible shows.
Okay.
With this next pick. Are you guys a fan of race cars?
Oh, you silly little goose. There's 2 shows this could be, and I like them both.
No.
I like race cars because they go fast.
I like race cars because they go fast. I'm a big fan of, like, you know, you watch a race and like you're just cheering for that one person to win, right? What if I told you there's a show that you could watch with 4 contestants who all win?
What?
I'm going with Girlfriend Season 2. Obviously.
What a juke! What a juke!
Oh, I got him!
He got me. Oh, you silly little boy.
Got him!
Yeah, obviously, this has been sitting here. I'm glad nobody took it. I don't know why I was worried about anybody taking it.
I can't believe I tricked you with earlier because you know my feelings on the first season.
Well, I thought maybe you were interested out of spite.
Yeah.
But I paid you back. I mean, hey, Girlfriend. We just reviewed it. Go back, check out the review for that one. And I stand by it. I thoroughly enjoy Girlfriend. I'm going to have a good time. This will ruin my score, but I don't care.
It's like basically guaranteed to get like a 69, honestly. Like these shows, if you look at like all of this type of show, this genre, if you will, they're always like exactly 70%. But 69 is a nicer number, so it always is. Yeah.
And honestly, I do stand by it. In terms of shows like this, I feel like it's one of the better ones. It's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. The only problem I have with it is that I have to wait a week between episodes. I loved binging this show. It is going to be on Crunchyroll. Yes, Crunchyroll will be carrying it.
The crunchiest of rolls.
The crunchiest of rolls will be carrying Season 2 of Girlfriend, and I will be along for the ride, wholeheartedly enjoying it every step of the way. Jay?
Just reviewed the first season last week.
Yeah. Well, Cole, I have a question for you. For you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Me.
Do you like Girlfriend?
I love Girlfriend.
Okay, what if I told you that there was a show like Girlfriend, but instead of 3, there were 100 girlfriends?
Okay.
That sounds at least 25 times better.
My pick...
I'm frantically scrolling.
On AniList, it still has the Japanese name.
Yeah. My pick for the 4th round is the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you.
Okay. Or if Cole was looking for it, it's called Kimi no Koto Gai Dai Daisuki Noi Na 100 no Konajo.
Kanojo, yeah, so basically this show is about a guy who has tried over and over again to ask girls on a date, and he's been rejected every single time. So he prays at a shrine to be able to get a girlfriend, and the god basically says, "Oh, my mistake. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let me make it up to you. You're gonna have 100 girlfriends." In return.
Very good.
So basically, this show is it's a parody, and this guy basically goes around and he'll lock eyes with random girls and get this like shock of like, oh, I like them, and they become his girlfriend.
I'll be honest with you, Jay. This looks like the most Jay show I've ever seen in my life.
It's so wild. Like, if you thought Girlfriend was like wild with its antics, this is like that dialed up to 11. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Cole's probably thinking to himself, like, how do you dial Girlfriend up to 11? That's already like a 12. Dude, this show's insane.
It seems, from what I've seen this one on, like, I've heard people raving about the manga for this often. So I know it's going to be like like people are going to be excited for it. The only thing that kind of scares me a little bit about it is it's by Studio Bibury Animation Studios, which I can't tell you. I don't think they've done anything on their own before. So that's a little spooky. Or did they, I'm looking at, they did. Oh, you know what they did? They did Magical Destroyers last season, something that I watched. And you know what? That actually gives me a little more hope. They also did Prima Doll, it looks like, and the Quince movie.
I think they helped on the Quince movie. I don't think they...
I'm sure they helped, yeah.
Oh, no, it was their thing. Yeah, no, they did.
Oh, there you go. So there's a bit more faith there.
Yeah.
I'll probably check that one out, yeah.
I think this might be like this show of the season, if that makes sense, like of this genre.
It's super slapstick, super exciting. But unfortunately, I don't know where this show is airing right now. It doesn't have anything on any list saying where it's airing.
It says TikTok in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, watch it on TikTok, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're like a little early for the party for this one. Sometimes they don't. I don't know why they don't release that stuff like way earlier, but they just don't. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Huh. Does that mean I'm up next?
You are.
That does mean you're up next. Why don't you tell us what you're going to draft next?
Oh my goodness. Let's see, what will Mikey draft next? I totally forgot that I had to think of something. So what the heck will I watch? There's a few things that are kind of interesting to me. The one that Cole tried to tease me there a bit, I'm not sure if I want to watch it because it's the Formula One show Overtake. I'm a little like scared of it. It looks kind of like janky, but it does look fun. I might take it later on if it's still hanging around. I'm gonna go with something a little more off the beaten path with my fourth pick here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a show known as Kami Erabi God App. And this is it's a stranger pick here. It's by Studio Unend. Can't tell you this is the only thing they've ever done. Oh no, I've made a mistake, haven't I? The synopsis here is it's an original anime too, which is interesting. It's Goro, a first-year high school student at a private school in Tokyo, has no hopes, no dreams, no ambitions. The world is indifferent to him, and he has a faint longing for Honoka, a classmate from the same school. He and his best friend, Akitsu, live a boring, unchanging life. One day, Goro receives a strange notification on his smartphone. You've been chosen. Breathe into me your wish. Thinking it malicious spam, Goro types, I want to have sex with Honoka, the woman of my dreams.
Oh boy. Michael, what did you pick?
I've made a mistake. The next day, Honoka invites him to drop his pants at the unpopular arcade. Congratulations on your great accomplishment, she says. And then a mysterious girl, Lal, suddenly appears. What is going on? I'm so confused. It also says, confused by this series of events, Goro is told of a cruel fate. Goro has been chosen by the great will to become a god and make his wish come true. With the other potential gods, they are to kill one another until there's only one left, and the ability given is the Scripture of Fools. At the cost of the misfortune that befalls you, the power to twist the cause and effect of the world and manipulate the reason of this world at will.
What
is going on?
What are you reading?
Honestly,
I don't know.
I'm very intrigued.
How long
by
is this synopsis?
Because
seems like something.
It's by the creator of Nier Automata.
Yes, it is. Taro Yoko.
Mm-hmm.
I'd kind of seen a bit of hype about this one, and it looks strange enough that I'm curious as to what the heck is even going to happen here. It'll either be very interesting or it'll be horrible and I won't have to watch the whole thing. So
creator of Nier Automata and director of Knights of Sidonia is a real interesting combo.
At the least, it'll... Oh, no. I didn't see this tag. Full CGI.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that part. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? It looks okay, though. It looks like that Trigun style.
Man, if you drop it, I'm picking this up.
It looks cool, actually.
If you decide not to draft this, I'm going to.
I'm still
picking it.
I love the first message in the AniList threads. This looks terrible. Weird animation, Mirai Nikki type premise. Anyone else hyped?
No, I'm hyped about like the director and Taro Yoko. I mean,
yeah,
this is probably going to be a banger, to be honest.
We'll find out.
It could be.
You gonna trade me for it?
No. Well,
just a reminder to everyone: we can do trades in our mid-season.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah. We can do trades. It's unprecedented at this point.
Yeah, it's never happened. Doesn't mean it can't happen.
Doesn't mean it can't happen.
Anything can happen.
On the Anime Protagonist podcast.
Is it my turn to draft now?
It is your turn.
Yeah,
I'm excited to draft. It's my 5th round, so that means it's my last show. So traditionally, this is time for me to draft a show that I know I will not finish. But the premise seems intriguing and it looks kind of cute, I guess. I am going to pick Stardust Telepath.
Okay.
The synopsis reads, Konohoshi Yumika is a high schooler who is very bad at communicating with others. Classic premise. We've seen it 1,000 times. Feeling almost like an alien trapped on our Earth with nowhere to belong, one day she meets a girl who claims to be an actual alien. What?
Oh my God.
Cole found the show with aliens in it.
I found the Alien Show. This is by Studio Gokumi, also known for their hit anime from last season, Reborn as a Vending Machine.
Oh, didn't someone take another suit by them?
Yeah, I did the pig one.
Yeah, the pig one.
Okay. They've done some other stuff. I remember Seton Academy. That was silly, goofy fun. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like sometimes you got to go off the board a little bit to find something kind of weird. It's based on a manga that has it's kind of at a 70-ish range. It'll be on Crunchyroll. I don't know. The synopsis is pretty short. I'm kind of... I don't know.
It looks cute just from what I've seen.
It looks cute. It looks cute, and the premise is intriguing. Yeah, I'll watch it. At least one episode of this I will watch.
Yes.
Jay, this is your 5th pick.
This is
5th
my
and final
last pick.
So that means you must watch this episode.
Yes. So for my 5th pick, I'm gonna go with a show that I probably wouldn't necessarily think anyone would expect. I would go with.
Okay, I'm curious.
There are a lot of shows that I want to watch this season, and this is also one of them. But I feel like out of all of the other shows that I want to watch, this one is one that I think a lot of people are interested in, and I think a lot of people will want to hear feedback on. So I think that this one is probably one that's worth highlighting here.
I'm curious you're going to take my pick from me.
It's a show that we did talk about is in a genre that we are feeling a bit fatigued from. But it's a show that I'm interested in nonetheless because it's based on a manga. And that manga is called Shy.
Oh, you know what? When I saw the poster for this show, I said Jay's going to draft that show.
Yeah.
So that adds up. It looks interesting, though.
Yeah, so it's basically a superhero show, but it's about a girl named Shy who is cripplingly shy. She's like a very shy person who's also a superhero. I've heard a lot of positive reaction to this show, and I'm very, very curious as to why people love it so much.
There's definitely hype around it because the manga seems well received. right?
I feel like a superhero thing can obviously still work if it has an interesting premise,
which this appears
I'm
to
curious.
have.
Yeah, that's interesting that it's like a superhero who is just super shy.
Yeah.
That's like, it's simple, but it's intriguing a little bit.
Yeah.
And watching the PV of it too is the animation looks cool in it as well. So like it kind of has like a little bit of that like Land of the Lustrous, I almost want to say, is what it kind of reminds me a little bit of. Like there's lots of like CG that is done well.
Studio 8-bit.
It's by Studio 8-bit. And I'm not too terribly sure how confident I can be in that, because like
they've done Reincarnated as a Slime.
They've done Reincarnated as a Slime. Oh god.
Hot Dog Breaker.
They've done that. They've done Blue Lock. They've done Eurocamp.
I feel like they have trust in me. I have trust in them at this point.
I wouldn't have an issue with that.
I'm not too sure, but we'll see. The director has done things like Astro Lost in Space, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Scum's Wish, and other things like that. School Live.
You got a sleeper here. Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to watching this.
No, this is a good pick, Jay. I like it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a little bit of a sci-fi too, it seems like. So that's interesting. What does henshin mean? Predominantly features. I'm looking at the tags here. Predominantly features character or costume transformations. Female protagonist, superhero, shonen, LGBTQ plus themes. Yeah, this seems you might have a little bit of a banger here. I like it.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yep.
I might check out the manga for this one, to be honest.
Crunchyroll? Yes.
Yeah. Yes, you can find it on Crunchyroll.
I'm intrigued. Interesting. Very interesting pick. I like that one, Jay.
Yeah.
I like that one. Yeah, good pick. Now, Mike, why don't you ruin their streak of good picks?
All right. I'm going to wrap it all up with something that has a potential to be either terrible or good. Or maybe it might be just okay. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out now.
Okay. So this show is one thing that is kind of dissuading me a little bit here is that it's going to be 24 episodes. That's long, but it could mean it's good. The first episode is also an hour long. Great. I'm just watching long stinking shows this season. It's by Studio Silver Link. And this one I've heard quite a bit of hype about because I think the manga is quite well received. And the show I'll be watching is Ragna Crimson. The synopsis is: dragons reign terror over the earth, sea, and sky. If sworn dragon hunters like Ragna are to have any hope of dealing death to these seemingly invincible fire-breathing beasts, they must find a way to level the odds. Ragna teams up with a mysterious man named Crimson. See, it's right there, the name, Ragna and Crimson, who has likewise sworn to stand against the dragons menacing the world. But although Crimson's motivations may be mysterious, his goal and Ragna's perfectly align, and together they'll fight to vanquish the dragons once and for all. Source: Sentai Filmworks. I don't know. It's the fifth pick. I feel underwhelmed with this fall season actually a little bit. So this one at least looks promising. I'll see if it's good. If it's not, I don't have to watch it, but it is the 18th most popular show of fall 2023, and I do feel a little bit, kind of like Jay said with the last one, I do feel a little obligated to at least check this one out for the people.
No, honestly,
think of the people.
I was considering this one as well, but I feel like the reason I chose Shy was because it was a little bit off the beaten path from what I normally like. So I wanted to broaden my horizons a little bit. Come on.
I think there's enough in Shy though that it's like it's kind of in your wheelhouse, but it's like a different take on something that you are familiar with.
Yeah.
I came into this draft thinking the same thing that you just said, Mike, that it's kind of a weaker season, but there's a lot of sleepers on here. Like, there's some shows in here that nobody picked that I would still be interested in watching.
No, there's a lot of stuff on here that I've been interested in checking out.
It's going to be one of those seasons, I think, where like stuff doesn't. Maybe like it's the stuff you weren't expecting is the stuff that's the best. Kind of like when spring when like Tengaku Damakyo came out and stuff, Heavenly Delusion. Yeah. And that's my last pick. You can watch it on High Dive, and then I don't know if you guys want to quickly run through some other like
That's what I was just gonna suggest.
I figured you were transitioning towards that.
Jay, I'm surprised you didn't take this one. It's called "You Were Experienced, I Was Not." Our dating story.
So I wanted to take that one, and I was thinking about it.
I almost did too. To be honest,
I read the manga a little bit, and like it's really cute. The reason I didn't take it is one, I know I'm gonna be watching it anyway, and like I don't know if like it needs to be something that I put on my list, or if I just watch it and like I can just talk about it. Because like if it's good, I can just put it on my seasonal award thing.
Right? True. Yep.
And also, I just want to highlight like other shows that I think both people like and I'm interested in. So I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I approach it too. Is like sometimes if I'm not really sure about a bunch of shows, I'll just kind of pick what I think people want to hear about, and that's how it goes.
Because you got to also remember we are a podcast, so
yeah. And I can tell you what I'm not interested in, and that's Rising of the Shield Hero season 3.
Speaking of shows that like
with Shield Hero,
yeah,
it's the most popular show this season, though.
I know why. What's wrong with you people?
Surprises me.
I know,
because like season 2 sucked.
Yeah.
Like
season 1, the first half of season 1 was good, and then it just like has been a just downward spiral at free fall. 9.82
was
meters
good
per second
until
squared.
Season 1 was good until he got revenge.
As soon as the turtle stuff came in, I was kind of like, I don't care anymore. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Another one that looks interesting kind of is this Ron Yamanoshi's Forbidden Deductions.
I'm really interested in that one. I almost drafted it because it's a mystery. It's by the same creator as I talked about the show a while ago, Reborn. And it's by the same creator as that. And I've seen the manga floating around, and I've been interested in checking it out, but never have.
Yeah, Kingdom of Ruin. I also heard some hype for. People definitely voted for that in our poll as well. I don't know. It just doesn't, like, something about it doesn't really appeal to me to the point where I want to watch it.
It's very edgy, Mike.
I kind of got that vibe.
Yeah, no, I read a bit of the manga for that one. It's pretty edgy.
Let's see. I'm quickly running through our list of the ones people voted for. Shangri-La Frontier.
I was just about to bring that one up.
I'm surprised nobody took that one up.
I almost did. It's like... it's set in a video game called I think it's called Shangri-La Frontier, but like they can log out and they can live their everyday lives,
Bofuri style.
So basically the premise of the show is it's about a guy who loves playing terrible games, and he's introduced to this like actually good game, and they're like, you should play that with me.
What's going on?
So like he's like so
I can
used
relate,
to cheesing. He's so used to like cheesing games that like now he has to play like a good, well polished game. He's like, okay, let's get serious and do this.
And then he sucks like me.
Classic.
It's like, okay, I'm ready. I can play. That's like mech game.
It's you know what, Cole? I was talking with a friend actually who's like experienced in the Dark Soul games and stuff, and I was describing your situation exactly how you said, like, oh, he was pretty happy. He actually like struggled through the first couple bosses and he felt pretty good about himself. And he got to like a boss and he was like, this is not fair. I hate this game.
Yeah.
And he's like, describe a little bit of what he said, and then I'm like describing. He's like, yep, that's the first like skill check of the game.
Well, the issue was
he knew which boss it was exactly.
It's not a skill check issue that I got to. It was like a realization that it's like, oh, this will be the entire playthrough of the game, is me just running up against walls and then slowly forcing my head through the brick wall only to find another wall beyond it.
He said something about you have to use tracks, if that helps at all. I'm sure you won't play it anymore, but
I might pick it up again, because like there's always going to be like DLCs and like they're going to like tweak the settings on the guns and stuff like that. I'll try it again. Not anytime soon though. What about the vexations of a shut-in vampire princess, Jay?
What?
I thought Jay might be interested in that. The poster's got a bunch of cute girls on it.
I haven't seen that, I don't think.
It kind of does look like a Jay show. I'm actually stunned you've never heard of it. I thought you just chose not to pick this one.
No, I just need
And I do think we could, if no one's picked it at this point, you could probably substitute it for any of your picks if you really wanted to.
I'm honestly happy with my picks.
I'm happy with my picks too.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep mine.
I think that After School Hanako-kun, I think a lot of people are looking forward to.
Yeah, but it's just shorts.
It's shorts.
It is
only
shorts.
four
It's shorts.
Yeah.
It's based on I think it's based on a 4-koma manga, but I mean, it's more Hanako, which, yeah.
Hey, Mike, what about MF Ghost? What about mother Ghost?
Holy, Cole's swearing lots this episode. He's doubling down on the beeping. You know what? I was literally just pulling up that page on AniList to talk about the 2 racing shows, because I'm a fan of cars and racing and stuff, and there's 2 cool looking shows coming out this season. The first one that Cole brought up is MF Ghost. It is a sequel of sorts to Initial D, which is pretty hype. It's hopefully a little... the animation looks a little funny, but I think that's just like Initial D style.
I feel like that's like an homage to OG Initial D. Like they want it to be a little like jank, with the cars clearly CGI and the characters are like kind of, I don't know, they're kind of ugly. Like, to be honest,
it's definitely in the style of Initial D, is what I'd say. It's going to be on Crunchyroll. I probably will check this one out. I didn't feel confident enough to pick it though, because if I don't like it, I don't want to have to watch more of it.
I don't know. I don't see any Subaru Imprezas in the poster, so I'm no Subarus. No.
You know what?
Ain't for me. I don't see any
debating,
WRXs.
do I switch this one for Ragna Crimson or whatever? I'll leave it.
The other racing show, though, I am genuinely interested in is Overtake, which is the F1
Formula One. Yeah, that's the one I thought you were teasing me with earlier.
I was teasing you with that one. I thought for sure you were going to take it. I thought you were more interested in that. Yeah. That
one looks a little more... When you watch a trailer and you're kind of like, oh, this just looks like it's going to be kind of bland. That one looks more bland than the Initial D MF Ghost show. So... I'll probably give it an episode and see how it is, but we'll see. Studio Troika too. I don't know why. I just feel like I don't trust Troika, but looking at
original
what they've
anime
done in the
too.
past.
Like that's...
Troika's known for their original anime, and they're kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, it just seemed like a risky pick, and I kind of didn't want to commit to it.
Yeah.
Anything else that stands out to you guys?
That was pretty much the last. There's a few movies that are coming out that I'm interested in.
Kamada,
Whiskey Family,
the Bunny Girl Senpai.
Bunny Girl,
sequel.
Bunny Girl, Shmoney Girl.
It's the best arc, though, Cole.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, there's a dub coming out for Bunny Girl Senpai too.
There is.
That's news. That's cool. Yeah. Just
like way
after the show.
Yeah.
It's always funny.
I really want to get into Faraway Paladin. That's getting a sequel, but like the light novel's been on hiatus forever, and so like I don't want to catch up on the anime and then be like, okay, well I got nothing now.
Yeah.
One last one I want to say, kind of the elephant in the room that me and Mike haven't even brought up yet. Attack on Titan is supposed to be finishing up finally.
You're gonna get another original season.
No. There's people are saying the memes about it, but like this will be the final. Yeah.
This is the last of it. And you know what? I love Attack on Titan, but I'm ready.
I'm ready for it
to end.
I'm ready to stop getting assaulted for being Attack on Titan fan. I've
never had that issue.
No,
honestly,
sounds like a skill issue, Cole. Attack on Titan sucks. What do you mean it's good?
I don't know. You know what, Mike?
See, that's what I hear every time I say I like Attack on Titan.
No, Mike, you have to just understand they're either A, lying, trying to be a contrarian, or just wrong. Those are the only 3 options.
Or number 4, they're right and you're wrong.
You're wrong.
There is a really infamous panel that's going to be animated right away too, and I'm curious to see the internet's reaction to it, because it's the panel that really like reveals Aaron's true inner character throughout all of this. I'm just talking about the one where he's in the water, Cole.
I'm not sure.
He's sitting on his butt in the water and he's yelling something about Mikasa.
Yeah, okay, I know.
That's gonna be a thing for sure.
Whatever.
And obviously the end of the thing. But no, I'm just excited I'm excited. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna get my bucket of popcorn ready, and I'm gonna watch the thing that got me back into anime and like made me truly like appreciate anime as a genre again. Come to its final chapter, its conclusion.
I'm going to sit down. I'm going to grab my brick of cheese. I'm going to just chow down on it. And I'm going to watch Attack on Titan.
Yep.
One final show I'm looking forward to, Berserk of Gluttony. This is going to be an edge fest.
Surprised. It's about me.
I'm super surprised you didn't pick it because we will probably be watching it in one of our watch parties. The shows that all scored 3
Watch parties.
We've been talking for a while. There's a bunch. I'll just list off the shows that we're probably going to watch because they all got 3 or more votes. Frieren, Apothecary Diaries, Undead Unluck, 100 Girlfriends, Ron Kamahashi, Berserk of Gluttony, and Pig Liver. Those are our most anticipated shows from our Discord.
Wow.
Yes. Why are you excited for Berserk of Gluttony, Jay?
It's just a big edge fest, and it's so stupid, and I love it.
I feel like you're here for the edge, though.
Yeah.
Jay's always here for the edge.
I know.
And we love him for it. So we just did our draft, so that means next week we're going to do our seasonal awards. But I also want to remind people to vote. Get out there and vote for our next review.
Yes. They'll have pretty much this week, I think, remaining. So like, when you listen to this, you got to vote soon because we're going to be wrapping her up.
Yeah, we can't leave it up forever, everybody. No. Just to reiterate our nominations, I nominated Tsukigakure, Jay nominated High School of the Dead, and Mike nominated Lodos War?
Record of Lodos.
Of Lodos War, yes.
Okay, I don't know why Record of isn't on my
Record of
here.
Lettuce War. Everyone's fighting over that head of lettuce.
Over that head of lettuce. And we've also got a manga review coming up that's going to be Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. So the first volume of that.
Cole, can I ask you something? If you had to pick like your new anime of the season, what do you think it would be?
I am so sorry. I totally forgot about doing all of that. My new anime of the season will be Apothecary Diaries. I feel like this one's just a easy pick for me. Yeah. Jay, your turn.
So I don't want to do like new anime of the season and anime of the season as the same thing because that's boring.
It's never fun. It's never fun.
It also makes Cole's calculations so much more boring because you just got to do the same score twice. So my new anime of the season is going to be Shy. I have some pretty
I like that
high
pick.
hopes. Yeah, I have some pretty high hopes for this show, and I'm looking forward to watching it.
I feel like you're sneaky hyped for that show. I like it though.
Yeah,
I honestly have a good feeling about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking into the manga right now. Actually, if anybody noticed, my head was down. I was looking.
You can buy physical copies. I think Yen Press has it.
Interesting. Mike, what's your new anime of the season?
I'm gonna go with Frieren.
Yeah.
You know what? No, actually, because I don't want to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Undead Unluck. Actually,
you're nuts.
Okay.
You're
I'm
insane.
a little. I wrote Undead Uncuck. That's a different show.
No, that's the hentai.
That's the hentai
that's
version.
the one you can find on HAnime.com.
Yeah, that's the hentai title.
Yeah. Okay, now for anime of the season, I'm gonna go with The Ancient Magus Bride Season 2 Part 2. I'm going with this one because the only people who are still watching this are fans of Ancient Magus Bride.
It's guaranteed.
As long as it keeps up,
score.
it's going to get a decent score.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's going to genuinely be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like
That's
Ancient Magus Bride.
Yeah.
So I'll go with that one. Jay?
My overall anime of the season, Frieren. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Mike left it there for you.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I can't pick it. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you dirty little dog.
You did this to yourself.
Oh, I forgot about that rule.
You did this to yourself.
You did yourself dirty.
Yep. I did myself dirty, so I get you dirty little dangler. You.
I mean, you can take Attack on Titan.
I'll go
Pluto.
I can't go Attack on Titan. I can't go a one episoder.
Yeah, you can't go OVA specials or movies. Yeah.
I'll go Pluto.
You can't go.
Pluto's a good pick, Mike.
Pluto's
OVAs. But it's OVAs. It's a series of OVAs, though. It's an ONA, technically. It's not an OVA.
I would say it has to be at least more than like 2 episodes or 3 episodes. Yeah.
It
has to be a series.
Yeah, Pluto's a good pick, Mike. Good job. You've redeemed yourself for leaving Frieren right there.
I forgot about that rule. I wouldn't have done that. Shoot. Oh, goodness.
Oh, wow. Oh,
what a silly little goose I am.
Now I can wrap up this show. I believe.
Yes, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Hold on, I need to find my speech, my spiel. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Anime Protagonist podcast. You can follow us on our social medias at AniProPod. That's ANIPROPOD. You can follow each of us individually. Links to everything is in the description or down below if you're watching on YouTube. Leave a like, review, subscribe, ring the bell, all of that stuff. Give us 5 stars. Whatever. Do whatever you can to help out the show. Tell a friend about us. Maybe they're looking for an anime podcast, and yeah. I think we're a pretty darn good one. And if you want to talk to us, if you feel like chatting with us and any of our other listeners, join our Discord. Links to everything is at our website, anipropod.com. And if you really want to support the show, if you feel like, hey, these guys deserve my hard-earned money, and I would care to help them, why don't you consider joining our Patreon? Like these wonderful people, our patrons, Mr. Family Guy 36, Elijah Wood, Braindead B-Dog, Super Mexi, Peach, and Frama. You guys are the best. They get extra benefits as well for being the best people. They get early access to the episodes, bonus episodes, Discord perks and whatnot, and a shout out every episode. Anyway, that's
truly
it.
The best. The
Truly
best there ever was.
The best there ever was. Anyway, that's it for this episode. We will be back next week, but until we come back next week, we say, as we do at the end of every episode of the Anime Protagonist podcast, bye-bye.
Peace.
Broccoli cheddar soup is really good. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.